Erin Sagin, and I'll be walking you through the WordStream Advisor tour. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so before I get into the meat of the webinar, I did just want to give a brief introduction of who I am. I'm Erin. I work as a PPC Evangelist and Community Manager here at WordStream, and I've been at the company and working in this space for just over 4 years. So I am totally immersed in the world of paid search from AdWords, Bing, and social perspectives. And as just a fun fact about myself, I am also an avid hula hooper when I'm not doing paid search. So many of you may be new to WordStream. I figured it'd be great to start out with just a quick overview of who we are. So WordStream is a software company in downtown Boston. That's us. We have 3 floors here. We are driven by the best and the brightest in the SEM world. So this is our founder. His name is Larry Kim. He was recently voted the top search personality of 2015 Search Awards, and he is kind of the foremost thinker in paid search. And our goal as a company is to take the ideas of Larry and our other search experts and provide them to you. So we are giving the power of search marketing to small business advertisers. These guys are engineers. It's their job to turn Larry's ideas into an automated solution that's just for you. And as created WordStream Advisor, which is a comprehensive suite to help you manage your paid search advertising. Now, our goal here is to assess the space and predict your biggest roadblocks before you get to them. We want to alleviate the troubles that advertisers are having and find a way to automate this process to improve them. So in the next couple minutes, what I will be showing you are our newest tools that we've recently launched. And these tools are really created to help you surpass the obstacles that many of you are hoping to overcome when it comes to your paid search and social accounts. So today we'll be walking through 4 roadblocks that we know that a lot of small business advertisers are encountering. And the first is that many of you don't necessarily have clearly defined goals. And what happens when you don't have clearly defined goals before working your AdWords account is this. You're sitting in the dark. You're making decisions in the dark. You're making decisions without thinking about how they impact other segments of the account. And so what we really want to do is light up that room and help you understand how the different features and functionalities in your account are interacting with one another. And in order to do that, we want to make sure that all of your actions are focused on achieving one specific goal. So with our goal-based alert system, what we do is help you identify a CPA goal. And I know that can be tough for a lot of people, particularly if you're new to paid search advertising or you don't have a good sense of what other people in your industry are shooting for. You might not know what an ideal CPA goal is. You might be aiming towards something that's way too specific, or you might have something that's so easy to hit that you're not really achieving the best that you can be achieving. So what we do is we take our wide breadth of knowledge of different industries and benchmarks for them, and we help you set an initial goal to focus on. Throughout the next couple of weeks, we're going to provide weekly recommendations to improve your account with that goal in mind. And we'll help you track your progress. Now, when it comes to paid search, these changes aren't going to occur overnight. You can make a lot of positive improvements, but to get to that CPA goal that you've chosen, it can take a little while. So we'll give you weekly alerts, we'll help you track your progress, and when you get there, well, you can't sit back and relax, unfortunately. Once you hit that goal, you need to set future goals. Now, that future goal may be to just maintain the CPA that you've achieved. Maybe that's truly what you're looking to do, that's the best you're going to do, and your goal is to remain there. Or you might want to set a new goal that's striving a little bit harder to get a lower CPI. So whatever that may be, we'll help you with that. We have dedicated reps that can help you decide whether or not to set a new goal, but we'll help you ensure that you always have a goal in mind as you work through your account. And every recommendation that we provide is really going to be focused on helping you achieve these goals. So that's roadblock number 1. Moving on to roadblock number 2. And this is one of the biggest, most frustrating problems that we are seeing in people's accounts. And that's expanding. So we know that Facebook holds great opportunity for advertisers. It is, behind Google, the number 2 most visited site on the web at 1.4 billion users. Not only is it widely used, but the CPCs are cheap. In fact, they're a third of the CPCs on the Google search network. And Facebook has higher click-through rates than the Google display network. So if you're looking to expand your efforts beyond search, Facebook is the ideal place to be. And these are just some of the stats. I mean, I could go on for a while. These are kind of the top level ones that I thought were most poignant. So why are so many advertisers hesitant to use it? I hear it every day from our customers. I know I should be moving to Facebook, but I can't deal with this yet. I'm holding off. The reason for this is because Facebook is really a total headache. It's newer than the search network. It is harder to use. The processes are less streamlined. And for example, when you try and set up remarketing through Facebook, it's like a gazillion of steps, and none of them feel very cohesive or simplistic or straightforward. And frankly, I just like Facebook. I'm going to give it a dislike. But I know that advertisers need to be using it. So our goal here at WordStream is to make Facebook easier for you. And that's specifically through Facebook remarketing. Look, you're driving a ton of traffic to your site through Google AdWords, and you're spending a good bit of money on that. But what we do know is that initial traffic is not likely to convert right off the bat. So you're finding new people through search, you're getting them to your site, but it's a little bit leaky. You know, you're losing the people who don't convert when they hit your landing page. The great thing about this is you can remarket to those people, continue showing that qualified traffic your ads, and you can do this through Facebook. Facebook where it's cheap. Facebook where we know the majority of your users are going to be on a very regular basis. And so we've created within WordStream Advisor a Facebook remarketing tool. And we've made it really, really easy and streamlined to use. As you can see here, the interface is clean, it's simple, and it's very, very heavily guided. So if you're one of those people who gets into Facebook and kind of automatically panics because you're overwhelmed, as I think you can see here, you won't have that kind of shock when you get into WordStream Social. Here with WordStream Social, we'll help you identify when it's time to create a new ad. So once you've developed a remarketing list that's substantial, we'll let you know when it's time to create a new ad. We'll instruct you through the process of creating an ad in accordance with best practices that we know work. Once you see that your ad is created, we'll start to track its progress. And then we'll provide ongoing optimization. You're moving your account forward. We want to make sure that you're creating lookalikes to expand your audience. We want to make sure you're updating your ads to reduce ad fatigue. Essentially, what we've done with this step of the process is we looked at our Facebook and those clients who are using Facebook advertising. We looked at what worked, and we tried to bake that into this. You don't have to figure out what works. We're telling you these are the optimizations that we know move the needle Facebook advertising. And then finally, as you start to generate these leads from Facebook, we'll store them all for you within WordStream Advisor, alongside all of your AdWords and Bing leads. So this is a great kind of simple place to gather tons and tons of lead information, and you can export this all into one list. So really, we know that you're using paid advertising through multiple different streams, and we want to make it super, super simple for you to hold all of those leads together. Now that leads me to roadblock number 3. My personal kind of goal is to get people to overcome this roadblock. I think it's one of the biggest out there, and that's that so many people are just leaking conversions in their accounts. And what's the culprit for these leaked conversions? Mobile. The mobile opportunity out there is immense. In fact, Google says that more searches are now occurring on mobile phones than desktop computers. And we expect to see that continue to rise over time. We've even seen that some people are getting rid of their computers solely because their mobile phones are so taking the space of them. And this isn't just with search. Even on Facebook, we're seeing that 78% more people are using Facebook on their phones this year. So there's vast opportunity within the mobile space. Now, the scary thing about this is most people are really struggling when it comes to mobile conversions. So if you're one of those people who are like, oh, I've been trying to run ads on mobile for a while, I just can't really crack the nut, I'm never seeing conversions, know that you are in great company. This is a struggle that many advertisers, large and small, are encountering. And here's the main reason why. This is the culprit for those crappy mobile conversion rates. It's these crappy mobile landing pages. And for these 3, I'm sure you guys have seen 10 more that look just like them. They're overly simplistic. They're overly easy to navigate. They've dumbed down this process. And you kind of might think to yourself, well, okay, why did we build these? Like, we know these mobile landing pages are crappy, but why did we actually build them? And in fact, we built them on purpose. Many people spent a ton of money to create mobile landing pages. So why did we do this? Why are we giving people this subpar experience on their phones? Well, most of us built these landing pages ages ago, when it was first encouraged for advertisers to move to the mobile space. I'm thinking back, 2011, 2012, when Google really started to push mobile. And as you can see, when you look back at this time frame, mobile devices were slow. And because mobile devices had such a slow download speed, we created these super simple, easy to download web pages. But the reality is mobile is no longer slow. In fact, I watched the entire season of Mad Men, like the 7th season of Mad Men, on my phone in my bed last week. So if you're going to tell me mobile is slow, I push back on you. That is no longer true. And we also said the reason that we created these crappy landing pages is because we were creating them for teensy tiny mobile screens. Now again, that may have been the case when you originally built these landing pages, but mobile phone screens are getting increasingly larger, to the point where we're calling them phablets. Like when you look at the iPhone 6 Plus, it doesn't even fit in your pants pocket. So again, you can't keep using this crutch that you created mobile landing pages that are really crappy because mobile screens are tiny and they're slow. This is an absolute crutch. And what we're seeing is for these crappy mobile landing pages, people actually are electing to view the full site instead of using these landing pages. So they're like so frustrated by these overly simplistic pages that they're ditching them and opting to view the full site on their mobile phone, meaning that you paid for and don't even want them, they're so bad. And taking that one step further, people are more likely to convert on the full site for these pages while they're on their mobile phones than the mobile site. So your mobile site is shooting you in the foot. I mean, I think you guys see that this is a grave issue. And this is just 3 companies, but I know that a lot of companies have the exact same problem, where they would almost be better off sending people to their full site than their mobile site. So now is the time to update your mobile site. You can no longer say, we're going to wait until the next big thing. The big thing is here. People are using mobile phones for search more and more frequently, and this will only continue, and they're using them to access Facebook, and in turn, clicking on Facebook ads that will lead to mobile landing pages. So it's time to update them. And the good news that I have for you is we make that easy. I think a lot of advertisers, they're hesitant to update their mobile landing pages because they know it requires a considerable investment. You have to invest resources, both financially and from a team perspective, to create these mobile landing pages, and it's overwhelming. So the good news is, within WordStream Advisor, we now give people the opportunity to not just revamp their regular desktop landing pages, but also tablet and mobile landing pages. As you can see here, we have a number of mobile-friendly templates. They're clean, they're beautiful. You don't need to know HTML to create them. So we have this really quick process where you just plug in your information and voila. You have sleek, effective mobile landing pages that look nothing like those terribly ugly, outdated mobile landing pages that we looked at earlier. In fact, they are really, really ridiculously good looking. So if you guys are falling into that category of people who are hesitant to revamp your mobile landing pages, I hope this shows you how easy it really can be. And now, remember that leads page I mentioned earlier? So even better news, all of the leads that you get through these mobile landing pages will also be stored in our leads tab. So again, I just want to remind you, you don't have all of these leads going all these different places. Everything will land up all neatly in one place. Easily trackable, easily exportable, all of your data right there, ready to go. And finally, this brings me to roadblock number 4, which is reporting is an absolute nightmare. Believe me, I get it, because I hate reporting too. I managed accounts for a long time, and this was kind of the #1 thing I hated doing. And so I understand your pain, and I understand, those of you who probably avoid Excel like the plague. And the good news that I have for you is we have a tool that will help you avoid this whole reporting nightmare altogether. And that is our automated monthly report. So with WordStream Advisor, we will create reports for you on a monthly basis. You don't have to touch them. You don't have to plug any information in. You don't have to export any data. They will automatically be generated directly through WordStream Advisor. And what's even more exciting is they don't just include your AdWords data, they include your Bing data as well. So for those of you who have expanded to Bing ads, good news, you don't have to run 2 separate reports. They are all together, all in one place. And they're beautiful. I've worked with several agencies who need to share reports with their clients, and they create these excruciatingly ugly Excel spreadsheets that not only does no one want to look at and the end client is very overwhelmed by, but it doesn't help them celebrate their wins. So here we really strive to create reports that are easily comprehended by anyone who's looking at them, be it the end client, or for those of you who are working in-house, maybe it's your boss. A lot of us have bosses that don't know the ins and outs of paid search just because they're marketing VPs. They don't know this stuff on a granular level like we do. So these reports really aim to kind of boil the information up to the top and make it easily understandable. And you can see here, they're really beautiful reports. And not only that, but they're customizable, because we know that the people that you're sharing these reports with change. You're going to show something to your boss than you may show to your end client, or you might show something different to your team than you do to your boss. With these customizable templates, you can decide exactly which segments of the report you wish to show or hide. You can either accept the analysis that we provide to you, or you can edit this and write your own analysis. You know, if you know the ins and outs of this account, you probably want to share some more colorful information. Maybe you know about the seasonality and how that may be affecting the account, and you'd like to explain that within the analysis section. You can do so here. And then we'll also bubble up areas that you need to either focus on, you're doing a great job on, or that need an extreme amount of improvement. And we'll show those bubbles again for you. You can hide them if you like, or you can include them if it makes sense for you to share that with the person whom you're sharing the report with. So these are incredibly, incredibly flexible reports. More exciting, I encourage you to share them and brag about your wins and your successes. You can share these by printing them out and posting them on your office wall, emailing them to stakeholders, downloading PDF, and showing a public URL that you can share it with people. So if you elect to email them, you can send an email to your boss showing them about all the great things you're doing in your account, all of the improvements that you're seeing, and hopefully it will be replied to with an email as exciting as this. Great promotion for you. So we really do want to make it easy for you to share these successes with those around you, and we think that's a really important thing for a paid search advertiser. So before we get to questions, I did want to give a special offer to you guys, and thank you for attending this webinar. You know, today I showed you kind of the newest things that we're offering within WordStream Advisor, and it was a very quick glimpse into what we intend to create for you guys in the future. So if you want to see a more comprehensive demo of these and our core product, please don't hesitate to sign up for a free personalized demo of WordStream Advisor, and you can do so through the poll on your screen. Awesome, looks like we're getting a lot of votes. All right, so as you guys do that, I did just want to answer a couple of the questions that came in while we were doing the webinar. The first one is in regards to Facebook's new customer match, or I'm sorry, AdWords' new customer match. So someone reached out and they said, will you be offering any help with customer match? For those of you who aren't familiar with it, this is an amazing, amazing new tool that Google is offering to us, which really allows people to advertise similarly to how they do on Facebook. So what you can do is you can take a list of customer emails and start targeting those specific users, those individuals, through the Google search and display network. So as you know, we will be heavily focusing on ensuring that you have all of the emails of your leads in one place. Right now, you can't directly upload them to Customer Match, but that's something that our product team is exploring and may be offering in the future. So that's question number one. It looks like we have one more in here. Let me just get that up for you. Okay, so someone asked, which specifically of the 20-minute workweek alerts are tuned in to those CPA goals that I'm setting? So for the time being, we're focusing on ad keywords, the bid optimizer, and review costly keywords. Those are all hyper goal aware. So that means that if you set a goal with them, they'll be smarter because they're going to use that goal rather than campaign averages to drive the recommendations given to you. And it looks like that's all the questions we have right now. If you continue submitting them, we'll try and get answers out to you afterwards. But other than that, we should be good to go. We look forward to speaking with a lot of you guys on those demos, and thanks so much for joining us today.